cuties, today I'm going to be teaching you how to do this beautiful crochet bucket hat. It's extremely simple and beginner friendly. The hardest part about this video, I would say, is the beginning when we do the magic ring, but I'm going to be going very slowly to teach you how to do a magic ring for you beginners. I know it gets frustrating, I know, but you got this, and I'm going to help you get this. And beyond that, it's just double crochets, so very simple. If you don't know how to do a double crochet, make sure to check out my last video where I teach you, and then come back, and I'm confident that you'll be able to do this hat for one of your first projects. So let's get into it. I also have small, medium, and large measurements throughout the entire video. I did a large for me because I have a bigger head, and I usually don't look like how hats look on me, but this came out perfectly. So I'm really excited to share this pattern with you, and let me know how it goes for you. Let me know any feedback you have, constructive criticism, positive words to say, or questions. Let me know down below, and don't forget to like and subscribe for more videos. So today we're going to be using Yarnspiration's Blossom Cakes. It is a cotton yarn, cotton and acrylic. So I'm personally gonna go with a 4mm hook, and I'm gonna teach you guys how to make a magic circle. Lay your yarn out flat like this, go around 2 fingers, hold this part of your yarn right here. I like to hold it on my ring finger, and I have my 2 fingers out here. I'm going to wrap it around into an X and hold this secure. Hold this secure maybe with my back pinky or whatever's comfortable for you. You are going to go under this one, okay? Under this one and over the other one. So we are going to grab, and this is so important when you grab. Let me do that again. So we're in an X. This is so important. When you grab, you're gonna twist. Grab onto it here to hold it secure, and get your yarn in position. So we have it like this, and I want to make sure to turn it this way so that it's still secure. Does that make sense? So I had it held like this. I'm going to transfer it to my other finger and hold it this way. Then I'm going to chain 2. I like to make sure that this is out of the way back here and not twist it up, because that's when it can get a little bit complicated to pull it tight. Okay, so we are going to do 10 double crochets. If you remember, I taught you all how to do double crochets for beginner in my last video, so go check that out if you haven't. Yarn over, go through the loop, pull up a loop, 3 loops on your hook, pull through 2, pull through 2. So that is 2. This is 3. 4, and I like to make sure that this kind of stays in the back the whole time. 4, 5. Now that you have your 10, you are going to grab this and just pull it really tight, as tight as you would like. The tighter, the less of a hole. And then make sure when you're slip stitching, you're skipping these 2 chains. 1, 2, and go into the actual first stitch, not the chains. Pull up and pull through. Okay, so that is row 1. Once you slip stitch, we're going to chain 2, and your first stitch So on this round, we're going to increase in every single stitch. So that's just 2 stitches in every stitch. So for our first stitch, we're going to crochet into that very same stitch that we did a slip stitch. So right here. So go in, and that is 2. So 2 in every single one. And if you get confused here, just make sure that you're counting your stitches. You should end this row with 20 double crochets. So we did 2 double crochets in every single stitch all the way around. If you get confused, make sure that you're counting. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. And remember that this 2 stitches does not count as a double crochet. So something that I used to get confused with as a beginner is I used to go into this stitch, but this is the slip stitch that connects to this one. So whichever one your chain is coming out of, that one we don't go into. But the easiest way to do it with this is just make sure that you're counting so that you don't get confused, so that you don't increase too much. So we're skipping those 2 because that was the chain and going into the first stitch right here. And pull through, do not yarn over, and pull through the other one to slip stitch. And that's how it should be looking so far. So we are going to chain 2 again. In this row, we are increasing in each second stitch. So the first one, you're going to go into that same stitch, 1 double crochet. Second stitch, we are going to do 2 double crochets in that stitch, 1, 2 in the same stitch, then 1 double crochet. In the next stitch, we're going to put 2 double crochets in the same stitch. Next stitch, 1 double crochet, and the next one, 2 double crochets. We're going to keep repeating that all the way around. So we'll continue this pattern and we'll make sure that every round we end with an increase. So 1 double crochet and 2 double crochets. And I will meet you back at the end. At the end, we just did our increase. Now we'll do our 1 double crochet, and you can see that we end with an increase. So 2 double crochets in this one. So now we have 30. So remember, we are not going into this stitch. We already went into that stitch over here. And you are going to skip the chain 2 and go into this first stitch and slip stitch. That's how it should be looking so far. Now we are going to chain 2, 1 single crochet. We're going to now be doing it in every 3rd stitch, increasing in every 3rd stitch. And as we go up, continue that. Keep increasing every 4th stitch, 5th stitch, 6th stitch. So 1 single crochet, and then here we do 2. Oh, sorry. We do 1, and 2 into the third. So 1 double crochet, 1 double crochet into the next one, and 2 double crochets into the third one. And we are going to keep increasing like that all the way around. Remember, your row should end with an increase. If you don't end on an increase, then you may have done something wrong. 1, 1, 1, 2, 1, 1, 1, and 2. So for every round, you're going to just subtract 1. So this is 1, 2, 3. This is a 4th round. So we're going to be doing an increase in every 3rd stitch, 5th round in every 4th stitch, 6th round in every 5th stitch, etc. And make sure that the last stitch always has an increase in it. We're going to keep doing that until 7 rounds for a small, about 8 for a medium. So just continue with this same pattern all the way around, and I will meet you at the end. So here we are, we just did 1 double crochet, 1 double crochet in the next stitch, and we are ending with the increase. So 2 double crochets in the same stitch. Okay, so this is what it should be looking like. Remember to skip that chain 2 right there and go into the top of the stitch. And we are going to slip stitch. There you go. Now chain 2. And in this round, we are going to go 1 every 4th stitch. We're going to increase. So 1 single crochet, double crochet, 1 double crochet in the first one, second one, third one, and the 4th one, we are going to do an increase. So 2 in that same stitch. 1, 2, 3, and in the 4th one, an increase again. We're going to do that all the way around. This is the 5th row. So if you get lost, just count your rows 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So in every 4th one, we're going to do the increase. Okay, so we're almost at the end here, and I'm going to do, I just did my increase, so I'm going to do 1 double crochet, 2 double crochets, 3 double crochets, and the 4th one is going to be an increase. 1 and 2. So in each of these rows, we're going to be increasing by 10. So if you get lost or confused, just make sure that you're counting your stitches. And this is what it should be looking like so far. Again, we're going to skip that chain 2 right there. And we're going into the first stitch, and we're going to slip stitch in there. So chain 2, in this one we're going to be increasing every 5th stitch. And just make sure you can count your rows, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So this is our 6th row, so every 5th stitch. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and an increase. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and an increase. I should actually be doing this with a 5mm hook, so that's why it's curving up a bit. I think the tension's just a little bit too tight. I a lot of times do it with smaller hooks just because I personally like the look of it being a little bit tighter, but that's a personal preference. So we're coming to the end of our 6th row, and we're going to do 1 single crochet, 1, 2, 3, 4, and in the 5th one we are going to do 2 double crochets. Remember to skip this chain 2 and go into the first stitch and slip stitch. Now we are going to do 2, and this is going to be our 7th one, so we are going to increase in every 6th stitch. And I think I'm gonna go ahead and do a medium. My head's a little bit bigger. So just measure this to the top of your head and see what fits you best. This is gonna be our 7th round, so for small, this is the end of your round. For medium, we're gonna do 8. So for small, this is your last one. We're going into this first stitch, 1 double crochet, 2, 3, 4, 5, and on your 6th one, you are going to put 2 double crochets in the 6th stitch. So remember just to subtract 1 from every row that you're at. Again, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and in the 6th one, 2 double crochets. So I'm going to continue the same way the entire way around, and I'll meet you here at the end. So here we are coming to the end of our 7th round. So we are going to do 6 single crochets, and in the 6th one do an increase. So 1, 2, double crochet, sorry, 3, 4, 5, 5, and 6. And remember, we always end with an increase. So then we are going to slip stitch, and I'm going to do 8. I'm going to be doing a medium today, but if you're doing a small, that is the end for you. So I'm going to do 1 more row off camera, and I'm going to show you what to do next. Okay, so that's how it should be looking so far. You can do another one if you're using a smaller needle like me. I should probably do 1 more. I'm going to think about it, but that's how it should be looking so far. I ended up doing 9 rounds for a large. So in this next one, now we're getting to the other part of the hat, and we're no longer going to be doing increases. So chain up 2. In the first one, we're going to do a double crochet, but only in the back loops. So if you can see right here, the V's, we're only going to pick up that last loop, and this is only for this one, and then we're going to go normal again. Pick up that last loop, go through 2, go through 2. So only in the back loops. So we're going to go all the way around, so that we're going to do it in the back loop so that it starts going down like this, and we get that nice edge of the hat. So back loop only, no increases. We're just going to be going all the way around in the back loops. The next row is going to be normal, and I'm going to end up doing about 7 total normal rounds. So this, and then 6 more normal. And we're just going to continue around, no increases, just one in every stitch, 1 double crochet in every stitch. Remember, in this first one, back loops only. And in the next 6, we're going to be going in both loops like normal. As you can see here, it's now starting to take the shape of the sides. So I'm gonna do 7. You can do as many as you want. You can measure your own head and see what fits you. But 7 is a good number. As you can see, it's starting to turn inwards. I love that. The hat's finally starting to take shape. So we're here at the end, and we're just going to continue with the double crochets in just the back loops. Beautiful. And oh, yikes. And the last 2, 1 and 2. Remember that that tiny little thing is not a stitch. It's where the chain 2 is. Skip that chain 2 and slip stitch into the very first stitch. And now we're going to go normal. So chain 2, go into this first one, double crochet, and we're going to be double crocheting all the way around. Completely normal, 1 in every stitch, no increases through both loops, and we are going to do 7 total, and I will meet you there. I'm going to finish all 7 of these rows off camera, and I will meet you there. Just remember, you're doing it normal the whole way around. Now, as you can see, it has folded over. I finished 6 rows. I did 6 instead of 7. I wanted it to be a little bit shorter. So basically, for the brim of the hat, we're going to be doing the same thing, but we want it to fold outward. So we're going to go in the front loops only. So same thing except front. So as you can see, the V is right there. We're gonna pick up just the front loop and go through. So for this one, we're gonna be doing increases in every 9th one. I did 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 rows. So in this last row, I increased in every 8th. So we're gonna pick up where we left off there, and here I'm gonna increase in every 9th. Then we're going to do a regular row and then increasing in the next one. So every other row is going to be increasing, and you want to end on an odd row so that it doesn't curve in, it curves out. So you can measure that. I think I'm going to do about 5 rows. Every other row is going to be increasing. So basically I'm going to go from increasing in every 9th, regular row, increasing in every 10th, regular row, increasing in every 11th. And we're just going to continue for there. But after this first row, we're going to go through both loops like normal. It's only for this first row that we want it to curve out, so we're going into the front loops only. So if you did 7 rows here, you are increasing in every 6th. So here you're going to be increasing in every 7th, because technically this is your 8th row. If you did 8 rows here, you increased in every 7th. So here you're increasing in every 8th. Front loop only, don't forget. For me, I did 9 rows, so I'm going to be increasing in every 9th. We're coming to the last part. Again, make sure that you end on an increase. So we're doing 1 double crochet in each of the front loops. 7, 8, and I land on an increase. So that's how you know that you're doing it correctly. And we are just going to slip stitch into this stitch. Remember to skip the chain 2, slip stitch, chain 2, go into this first one, and now we're doing a normal double crochet. This is going to be a regular row with no increases, and remember to go under both of the V's. So this is going to be a regular row, and I will meet you at the end of this. Just 1 double crochet in each stitch. We just finished the row of double crochets with no increases, and we are going to chain 2, and in this one we are going to increase in every 10 since I increased in every 9, so just 1 more than whatever you did in the first row. So for me it's going to be every 10. Then I'm going to go ahead and do a normal row with no increases, and then increase in every 11th, and then that will be it for me. So make sure to end on an odd row, a row of increases, so that your hat continues to come outward. And just measure for yourself what's best for you, how long you want the brim to be. For me, I'm going to be doing 5. So we are now on our 4th row, and this is going to be the regular row, no increases, and you can kind of see the brim of the hat forming now. So we are going to do 2 more rows, 1 with no increases, just 1 stitch in every single one, and 1 more with increases in every 11th. So just remember, it's 1 more every time. So increases, no increases, increases 1 more than this, no increases, increases 1 more than the last one. So I'm going to stop on my 11th. So after I do 1 regular row and 1 more of increases, we are done. So I'm going to do that off camera, and I will be back when I'm done with that. And there you have your hat. So you got your sides, the top of your hat, and the brim of your hat. So now all that there's left to do is go ahead and weave in your ends. So we're gonna take this nice little needle here. Actually, let me get a different one. That needle is a little bit too sharp, and I end up picking up the yarn wrong. So try to get a tapestry needle if you can. There we go. And you're just gonna thread this through wherever you can. Pull it nice and tight, and then I like to just go up through random places like this so that it doesn't come out. And go ahead and cut it off. And then we're going to weave this as well. Okay. And then with this one, we're gonna go ahead, go through here, and just weave it in wherever you can. And there you go, cut it off, and you are done. Good job. Let me know how that went for you. Let me know if you have any questions down below. Leave a nice comment, constructive criticism, feedback on how I can make my videos better. And thank you so much for watching. Let me know how this turned out for you.